The Amber Alert system can make a huge difference in a terrifying situation. The Georgia Masons provide the Georgia Chip program free of charge as a public service and as a gift to the citizens of our state. Ross Laver explains.
The GA Chip program provides information to a parent that they can use to provide to police in the event that a child or a person becomes missing. In the package that they receive, they get a CD. The CD has photos, fingerprints, a video interview, which is very important. The photos are forensically correct photos, speaking particularly that everybody's ears are different. So there is a shot of each ear, which is clear and determinable, as well as the demographics of the child, height, weight, age, parent's name, address, and phone number. In addition to that, within the kit, there is an appliance. We use a dental appliance that contains DNA. Use a dental appliance that contains DNA. Use a dental appliance that contains DNA and scent, as well as the child's dental impression. Perhaps most important of those is the scent, because with scent, we're hoping to be able to track that child. Perhaps most important of those is the scent, because with scent, we're hoping to be able to track that child. Perhaps most important of those is the scent, because with scent, we're hoping to be able to track that child.
Whistleblower Brian Coffrin.
The radio frequencies, microwave signals, the entire spectrum of radio frequencies can be used within a certain range to produce all sorts of different effects. So the way it works is a device broadcasts a radio frequency, let's say at an individual, and that radio frequency will hook up with the resonant frequency of the individual's mind or body, or in this case, DNA. And what happens is once the resonant frequency is found in the targeted individual and the broadcast frequency matches up with that resonant frequency, those two frequencies interlock and they can be thought of as one frequency or one energy. And what happens is between the broadcast frequency and the individual that's receiving the broadcast frequency, once it's resonating, once they are resonating together, a super highway of frequency along which information can be sent is created. And so you can think of it just like fiber optic cables that you use to send signals over the internet that connect people to the internet. It's the exact same thing, only a wireless application of that. And so once you have connected the targeted individual with the frequency and they resonate together, then you have a perfect avenue upon which to send and receive information back and forth. And that's exactly how they manipulate someone's thoughts. They send voices into someone's head. They manipulate their emotions. They manipulate their behavior. And then that's also how they receive back from the individual in real time the vital signs, the emotions, the thoughts, what the person's seeing, what the person's hearing. And then all that information, of course, is rendered on a computer elsewhere via software, and it can be monitored and tracked in real time.
If we have algorithms that stimulate the right things and give it the right data, they could reprogram you in a way without you even knowing it. We call it hallucinating, right? But these would be controlled hallucinations run by algorithms. So you think you're in control of your own will, but it's actually some evil AI or evil people controlling everything we do, and we're more like zombies, you know? Like we think we're free and we're not actually free.
Whistleblower Roger Tolses.
They're transmitted by a technology called biocoded directed energy. Mm-hmm. And that's a top secret thing that was developed. And what it is they get your DNA. In other words, they pick your garbage up in front of your house one day. And inside your garbage is your DNA, most likely from the trash can in your bathroom that you dumped in your garbage. Once they have your DNA, they take the DNA and they put your DNA code in a supercomputer. And in that supercomputer, they run algorithms that biocode electromagnetic transmissions so they bioresonate with your body. Once they've done that, they can transmit that from satellites or cell towers or aircraft or any number of ways, And that signal will only affect you and nobody else. In other words, everybody standing next to you is not going to hear the content because their receiver is not tuned to that bioresonance.
There's a bioresonance to every individual, just like our fingerprint. Every person has an individual DNA, a different bioresonance. And so the original Stalking patent is on my website, where Stalking was able to go voice to skull with pulse transmissions in 92. And then after the rest of the development went black ops. We don't really know what happened after that. We knew we could put voices in group people's heads. What they did, and I know from the Russian translation from Cheryl Welch, from reading all her translated psychotronic stuff from Russia, that they figured out how to biocode these microwaves so that it can attack specific individuals.
They basically analyze your DNA, and they then use supercomputers to encode the signals. So just think of it this way. It's kind of like, let's say you have a cell phone and I have a cell phone, and they're the exact same model cell phone. Let's say it's, an LG cell phone, and you and I have the exact same ones, except your phone's programmed to your phone number and mine is programmed to my phone number. And as those cell phones sit there, they listen to the control channel of the nearest tower. And the control channel is sending out codes so that if somebody wants to call you and they ring your number, and that tower will then put out your phone number on the control channel. And once your cell phone sees that control channel number, it wakes up because it recognizes that that's the number that it's associated with, and it sends a signal back to the tower saying, "I'm over here. Send the call through." So it's the encoding that's coming off on a microwave link that causes different phones to come alive based on their coding. So the biocoded directed energy is the same thing, except instead of phones, we got human bodies.
What is the worst case that you've ever worked on where you saw this? What exactly was it like for this person?
Most people consider themselves to be in hell, especially the ones that are getting voices that are instructing them to do things. A lot of times, most of the times, the voices are just demeaning, and they're attempting to shut the person off from their normal life flow and their normal friends and family, that kind of thing. But then the really serious cases are where the voices are instructing them to do destructive things. It can just escalate into being worse.
And what people have to realize is that these targeted individuals are basically the test stage for rolling all of this madness out to all 7 billion of us on this planet.
Like, share, and subscribe to keep in touch.